Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Andromedan Tarot. I hope your day is going well so far. In today's reading, we're looking into what are you meant to hear right now. This is a timeless reading. You do not have to listen or watch this reading once I'm putting out there. You can watch it at any time. Basically, once it pops up, that's when you need it. So in today's reading, we have 4 group. I do not know the name of each tarot by heart or by memory, whatever you say it. Although if you're interested, I can answer your comment if you ask me. So for now, we're gonna go by the colors or by the crystal. So group 1 with the yellowish tarot or the serpentine crystal. Pile 2, sorry, with the black and silver one or the amethyst. Pile 3 with the blue tarot or the sodalite art. And finally, pile 4 with the pink tarot or the sunstone. I'm going to give you some time to look at each pile, see where your intuition takes you. Give yourself some time, pause the video if you need to. It's also completely normal. You may feel the need to choose more than one group. There might be clarification that you need or more messages that were not in your first choice. So you do not have to watch or listen to messages of more than one group, but if you really feel the need to, it's normal and you might want to check it out. So I'm giving you some time and I'll see you in your reading. Hello pile 1, welcome back. If you chose the yellowish tarot or the serpentine, then this is your reading. Like I mentioned, we're answering the question, what are you meant to hear right now? First of all, I want to actually say it was very difficult for me to even do the intro, and then I tried to start with your reading and I had to stop. So it actually another day. It might not look like it, but it was like spirit or something didn't want me to do a tarot reading yesterday. So I'm back and everything is fine. I'm not interrupted anymore. But this could actually mean something for you. Maybe we'll see with your reading if it actually comes back. But for now, it does give me the impression that there might be people or there might be things around you that don't want you to know certain things, that don't want you to get to a certain point or get a certain message or messages. So maybe it's for someone specifically. If it implies to you that it's a confirmation, if it doesn't, you can just let it go. But in today's reading, we have a lot of tarot cards. I have an oracle, and we'll probably even have more oracles along the way. So I'm just gonna move your crystal and your tarot. Let me show you your oracle, which you have. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. You could be a Sagittarius, your moon could be a Sagittarius, or you could have a Sagittarius placement in your chart. You don't have to be. Maybe the ninth house is something important, maybe travel, higher knowledge, maybe university knowledge in general could be something that you resonate with, that you feel is important. Maybe something that you are doing right now. If you're watching this video, I think it's gonna be like on the 23rd of December. Maybe you just finished with your, do you say session? Because in French, where I'm from, we say la session. We finish, on a terminé une session. Maybe you finished, I'm just gonna keep session because that's what I have in mind, but you know, like a part of your school right before Christmas. So that might be why it's coming up. But let's see what you have next with your tarot. We have the 8 of Cups, the Empress, ooh, the King of Swords. Sorry for my dog. But again, there's something like interrupting in a way, so that might be just for you. I thought like maybe it was for all the piles, but It might be specifically for you, part one. Anyway, let's continue. We have the Two of Cups, Temperance. I don't know why I had Justice in my mind. Maybe justice is relevant for you. The Eight of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. Okay, so no matter if you're at school or not, it does feel like I do have the vision of someone like working on something, working really hard even of something, whether it's like I mentioned, school, work, a hobby, or what's it called, a side also, whatever your case may be. It does feel like a lot of you are putting a lot of time and energy into something. And some of you might feel discouraged at the moment. Maybe 2023 was a difficult year. It was is it called like a 7-year cycle? There is something about 2023. It was pretty hard for to be honest. I personally think that it's for everyone. This year was kind of put us into reflection, into hermit mode for a lot of us. So it could have been more difficult for you if that's the case. Know that times ahead will change, especially with the next year. I think that's why, especially if you resonate with this, that the look of the bigger picture is here. It does feel like kind of like a discouragement that I'm feeling with when I'm seeing someone working really hard. You might wonder, but why am I doing this? It doesn't even have a point. I don't know anymore. I don't feel like it anymore. So if you have these kind of thoughts, your message is really clear. Your message is, yes, please keep going. Try to see the bigger picture. Try to see where you are from another point of view, whether it's by introspection or talking with somebody else, whether it's a friend or anyone that you trust, really. With what I'm seeing with your reading for now, it does feel like you have a lot to be proud of. You have a lot to be thankful for even, but there's also a lot of by the way, my left ear started to ring. Maybe you needed to hear that, but there's more to it. It feels like kind of like the way of you're not realizing what you actually are. My hair just started to ring again. The left one, the same. But this feeling of discouragement is here, but it's kind of like if they're pushing me towards the way of you're not seeing why you shouldn't be discouraged. You're not seeing what you should be thankful for, what you should be proud of in yourself, but also with where you are and what you've done. Because we have the Empress, we have the Queen of Cups, we even have the King of Swords. It does feel like, and we even have the Four of Wands, which could represent a celebration of some kind. But it does feel like that's you. Like these three cards specifically represent you, where you are now. But it does feel like, from what I'm getting overall, that you're not seeing yourself as one of these kings, or as the Empress, or as all of them combined together. It does feel to me like you see yourself as, but you need to put on more work, that you need to do more, that you need to be more. And yet Head Spirit is kind of saying otherwise. With what I just said and Temperance here, I feel like some of you need to kind of let go of control. Maybe you're too much in your head. You're too much in, And there's nothing bad with having a plan and following a plan, or having goals and trying to meet them. But maybe some of you, you're taking this a little bit too far. You're asking a little bit too much of yourself, and you're not realizing it, or you're realizing it and you do it anyway because you're like, no, I have to do this, I have to accomplish this before this time, or whatever your case is. And it does feel like if you fell into this category, Spirit is kind of like saying, especially with this one, that you just need to let it go. You just need to let us help us. No, let us help you. Sorry. You know, kind of like taking a step back. Like, it's not gonna stop anything. It's not gonna take away your progress. It's not gonna ruin your chance of success. It's actually gonna help you. You should accept help when it's presented. And for a lot of you right now, it feels like this help it's like kind of like in the background by your spirit guides. And specifically what I'm getting with that is kind of the image of someone being sick. Kind of like you keep going and going, and then your body gave up. Your body's like, I'm tired, and you have not been listening to me. So now you're sick and you have to stop working. You have to take a break. And you feel guilty for taking a break because your body is sick, and you don't want your body to be sick because you want to keep going. But Spirit is like, no. Now you stop. Now you take a break. Now you breathe. I feel like some of you, that's happening, or it has been, or it will. But there's this in the air. There's really a need to let them do part of the job, because what I'm hearing is basically, but that's my job. You're not supposed to do everything. That's not according to divine planning. That's not what's happening. You need to relax. You need to slow down. You need to take a break. And if you're not listening, your body will make you take a break, basically. For some reason, that's gonna be so weird. So I'm sorry if that's the case. But with your body's gonna make you like slow down, implying that you'll be sick. I feel like some of you, it's your nose, like you will have a runny nose, or something like that. I feel like it's gonna be your nose and above, so nose, your eyes, maybe headaches and things like that. Like I mentioned, might be specific. But let's see what else is Part 1 meant to hear right now. What do you want to tell Part 1, Spirit? Oh, honestly, it doesn't, you know, I said like a lot of time this one is about celebration. Again, this one makes me feel like slowing down, like sitting and enjoying outside and enjoying a moment. And the picture of these two makes me feel like someone who's cozy on a couch with blankets. I feel like that's what they wanted. That's kind of like what they want you to do. But like I mentioned, it's really about slowing down, taking it one step at a time, and realizing that you have time. You don't have to rush. Realizing that when you look at the bigger picture of thing, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, you taking a day off or a week off will not ruin it. But for your other articles, we have the Sentinel, determination, certainty. That's definitely you, Part 1. You do give up that vibe. Gave off, sorry. But you might need to let your guard down because you need help. And I strongly feel like it's about your spirit guides. But you know, your spirit guides, sometimes they can appear as someone entering your life to help you out. So this might be specific, but there might be some of you where it happens. We have the Dancer, self-expression, and strength. Strength is actually vulnerability. That might be something you need to realize or to accept. The Witch, experimentation and rebellion. Oh, sorry again for my dog. and the painter, productivity and creation. Yeah, you're definitely in the mood. To be fair, part one, you're creating something. It was clear since the beginning you're doing something. It might be in the lines of something creative for a lot of you with what we have right now, especially with the dancer and the painter. But it's whatever you're going through, whatever like makes you feel like you're a failure or that you can't stop, that's not true. I feel like you're putting restraint onto yourself. And that's actually what could possibly not ruin you, but be a disadvantage to yourself later on. And that's you not listening to your body, not listening to the universe telling you, hey, take it one step at a time, slow down now. Like, it's not gonna go away. Maybe there's a fear for some of you, because I feel like you want to hold on to something because you're like, because it feels like someone who's scared that if it takes his hands off of that thing, it's gonna disappear, you're never gonna have it back. That's how it feels. But it's not gonna go away. We have a lot of plants and flowers, and again, it makes me feel timing. It makes me feel like, you know, the seasons change, and but when springs arrive, the flowers, they don't just like I mean, when you go outside, you look at them, it's as if they grew overnight. I know, but it actually takes time. They're not rushing. Some years it's longer because there's less sun, or maybe it rains more, and some years it's later on, it's sooner, it's faster, you know. It always change, but they follow their own path, they follow their own time, but they're not rushing. There's the flowers and the plants on your cards really makes me feel that. It's like, don't rush. I heard like the Wheel of Time. Is it not a show on Amazon or something like that? If it is, maybe you're watching it, maybe there's something in that show that you need to hear, that you need to know. I personally didn't watch it. I don't even know if that's the right title, but I did hear the Wheel of Time, and it makes me think of something like that. So maybe you should check it out. But you know, the elements and nature follows its own course, and I feel like that's what you need to do. To not rush the simple things, to not rush the natural things, like, you know, the things that you shouldn't change, basically. I just heard there are doors that will be open only when you slow down, but I actually heard when you stop. But it does feel like with everything that we talked about, it's about slowing down. As I was looking at this one, yeah, because maybe the fear of like slowing down or stopping, it's like, if I stop, then I lose it. If I stop, then it disappear. But it's not the case. It might be specific, okay, but I feel like some of you might be running on basically you have no fuel, but you keep going because you're probably stuck in fight or flight. That might be extremely specific, but that's what I'm getting with what I just said in this one specifically. And that's why you're always going and going and going, because if you stop, there are things that will appear, there are things that you feel that will come back that you have forgotten or that you have ignored, or whatever the case is. And this might be really unconscious. You might not even realize that. But I strongly feel right now, like some of you, that's the case. It's like, no, I can't stop. I can't stop. I can't slow down. I have to keep going. And you might, if you're in that category, I feel like some of you don't even know why you keep going, why you keep running so fast. And that's probably why, if you don't know. But don't block your own way. Especially with the dancer, I feel like I have the image of a bird that is caged in. And I feel like you're the cage, but you're also the bird. Like you're putting too much restriction. You're putting too much on your shoulders, that it creates this sort of cage where you're blocking your own creativity, your own sense of freedom, which you might be doing something that you really love, that you always wanted to do, or you might start to do this, whatever your case is. But there's this feeling that it's going in a place where it's not healthy, but it started as something you were really passionate about, something that was really close to your heart, that you really wanted to do, but you're putting too much. You're not doing it the right way for yourself. You're doing it a way where if it was to work for a company, it would be that way. And if you were to work for someone who made you do the things that you make yourself do, you will feel burnout. You will quit because it's not natural. It does feel like some of you are making yourself do certain things a certain way that is unnatural for yourself, that makes you caged in, and that's probably gonna stop you from continuing to do that thing for yourself. So you have to take a step back to realize that and to change it if you want to continue. Because what you're doing, what you want to do, is not meant to make you feel tired, to make you feel burnt out, to make you feel like it's an obligation. It does feel like it's something that you enjoy, or that you should enjoy, because that you choose this. It's not society that wants you to do this. At least from what I'm getting, it does feel like something very personal that you want to do, that you're doing. But you know, it could be your job, it could be a 9 to 5, it could be a lot of things. It's a general reading, but from what I'm getting, it does feel like something that you cherish, that you always wanted, kind of like a dream. So if you want to keep that dream, you have to treat it as a dream and not as something that was forced onto you. I hope this makes a little sense, at least, because I feel like it does, but it doesn't at the same time. I guess that if you resonate with this part specifically, it will. Actually, I hope, at least. But know that with what I just said, the overall is you need to step back and see if you want to continue that thing, if you want to keep going, what can you change in order for you to keep loving to do that? Because it's not supposed to be a burden. That's what I'm getting. But part one, this is all the things I have for you in regard of your reading. I hope you resonate with this, or at least some parts of it. If you did, please let me know in the comment section below. Also, feel free to subscribe to never miss any reading I'm uploading. I post a new one every Saturday. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. This really helps my channel grow. If you're watching this on the day I'm uploading this reading, or let's say a couple of days afterward, then I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, part 2. Welcome back. If you chose the Black and Silver Tarot or the Amethyst, then this is your reading. In today's reading, we're answering, what are you meant to hear right now? So I'm just gonna move your cards. We have an oracle, we have a lot of tarot, we're gonna have more oracles. But the first thing I want to tell you that might be significant for one of you, or at least some, is that it was incredibly difficult for me to even film an intro, to make an intro for this reading. I kept being interrupted and I had to stop completely. I felt like Spirit was saying, no, we're not doing this today. So it's actually the next day and I'm finally able to do your reading. So maybe it's important for some of you. Maybe there's something that you need to know that people around you don't want you to hear, or something around you don't want you to hear. So if I see that coming back into your reading, I will mention it and that'll be for you. Otherwise, then I guess it's not, and I guess it's not important, but it's okay. I just wanted to mention it. So the first card we have as we dive into your reading is your oracle, which is a time for healing with a balsamic moon, purple. That's so cute. I love purple. It's a very like calming color. I know a lot of time calm is associated with blue, but I feel like your energy is very calm. At least your aura might be purple and feel very calm for someone who can feel them. Anyway, so this one is your oracle. We have the Six of Swords. Sorry. The Seven of Pentacles. The Four of Cups. The Queen of Swords. The Three of Cups. And the Five of Swords. Yeah, I feel like some of you are struggling or have been struggling. I wasn't sure, since we have a time for healing, I wasn't sure it was directly like healing, like inner child healing or shadow work, anything like that. But with what we're getting with the sword specifically, it does feel like for some of you it's actually the case. You might be I feel like some of you are really looking into your past. You know, if you're watching this when I'm uploading this reading, well, it's Christmas season, it's the end of the year. It can bring a lot of melancholia. I hope I'm saying this right. Melancholy. So you might remember things that hurted you, or just kind of feel like this sense of being sad for no reason, or just feeling more, I have the word soft. You might be more sensitive at this time of year, or just right now, and not every year at this time. With all the swords and a time for healing, I feel like it's probably 2023 that was kind of a hard year, maybe for some longer than that, but it feels like your mental health probably was really difficult to deal with. It was kind of like I have a main focus, but not in the sense of, oh yeah, look at this, it's so nice, because it feels heavy. So it feels like it was a focus where you couldn't avoid certain things, even though you might have tried. But just know that from what I'm getting, it feels like whatever was going wrong, whatever felt wrong in a way, it's kind of like changing. It feels like you're about to go into calmer waters. You're probably going to leave certain things behind, because I feel like what they're saying is basically that you have to make room to celebrate, especially with the Three of Cups, and even with the Four of Cups. I feel like you're not gonna be in the same place that you used to be, basically, and you're gonna reach calmer waters. Calmer or softer, I don't know, sorry about that, but I just hope you get the point. Because it feels like there is something to celebrate here. There is something to be happy about, to be proud about, and maybe some of you are not seeing it yet. And for some, that's because it's not here yet, and it's part of a process. So it just means that you need to hold on, you need to keep going a little bit longer. For some reason, I really feel the need to talk about grief. Maybe you lost a loved one, maybe you lost a pet, maybe you lost a part of yourself, you lost a friend. You know, there's multiple type of grief. In my opinion, there's not only a family member, but there's so many, at least for me. So whatever your case is, I do feel like there's an importance here about giving yourself time to process and to deal with it, and to let yourself live your emotion that goes along with this part, with this process. For a lot of you, I feel like it's something about yourself or about certain people in your life. Like with the Five of Swords and the Six of Swords, I feel like it's about maybe a partner or friends, or, you know, like people that you trusted, people that you were close to, that you imagine living your life with, maybe, or having a friendship that lasted for years and years to come, and yet it's not happening. And it's normal for you to take that as a hit. So it's normal for you to feel the pain. It's normal for you to feel conflicted, because you're like, maybe I shouldn't feel that way. It's just a friendship. It's just this. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't. But that's not true. It is normal for you to feel some kind of an emotion that could be targeted as, oh, but that's a bad emotion. You should not feel sad about that. No, you have a right to feel sad about that, but know that you will not always be sad about that. And by this I mean that at some point you're gonna come up to the other side, and you're going to be able to look at this and see it as an experience, and see it and being able to, I really have like, there's lessons in every relationship you made, in everything you live, but there's like something more to this. It's like, it's not gonna hurt as much at some point, but in the meantime, don't be too hard on yourself, and let yourself feel the process and go through the waves of emotion, and go through this process one step at a time. Don't go too fast. And know that there is better things ahead. You will not always feel the way that you're feeling. I have some more oracle cards. Let's see what your guys has to say. So Spirit, what are Pile 2 meant to hear right now? What do you want to say to Pile 2? Oh no, okay. Okay, I'm gonna, yeah. So you have 4. We have, so the first one, the cartographer, a crossroads, exploration. Yeah, to be honest, it does feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, kind of like all about being lost in your head, or, you know, like your mental health might have been very, very like something difficult this year for a long time. You might have lost things or lost people. You might be in a place where the best way to represent it in a single word would be lost. But like I mentioned, like there is something better ahead, and I think that this card represents this beautifully. It's like there's not only one path for you in this lifetime. You're just about to begin a new one. We had the Hunter, surefootness, I don't know how you say that, and predestination. The Captain, taking command, teamwork. There might be action that you need to take. So maybe you feel like you're stagnant. Maybe there is work, that there's things that you could do, there's things that you have to do, but you're not willing to take them. And that would be a case by case, because I strongly feel like for a lot of you there is this the sensation of don't rush yourself, don't be too hard on yourself. But maybe another part of you, there is this kind of message of, but don't fall into victimizing yourself in everything, in every way, with everyone, about everything. And we have the runaway, secrets, running from problems. Yeah, maybe some of you are falling into victimizing your situation, depending on what it is. And this, I understand, can be difficult to hear, even more difficult to admit. But admitting it, realizing it, is the first step, pile 2. So if that's the case, you should probably take a step back. If you were drawn to pile 1, there is a huge thing about taking a step back, and I think that this could relate to you for other reasons than certain things that I've talked about in pile 1. But if you don't watch pile 1, if you only watch this one, just take this. If you resonate with victimizing and you're not sure you're doing it, it's clear that what you need to hear right now is, please take a step back and look at the bigger picture. And don't judge yourself. Just see what you need to see without judgment. Because it's when you start to judge yourself and overanalyzing will probably lead to judgment, to be honest. But that's when judgment comes around, that you're not making any progress. It will make you want to stop, because you're probably going to be too harsh on yourself anyway. So just find a way for yourself, because it can vary from one person to another, to look at yourself from an outside perspective. Maybe some of you probably need to talk with someone in which you trust, or in which you know they have your best interests at heart, and that in telling you the truth, it's not meant to hurt you, but simply to tell you the truth, and they will be there to help you. So maybe for some, it will be to talk with someone that can do that. For others, it could be writing in a journal, or trying to read about certain things. Like, I don't know, if you don't really know about victim blaming, or always putting yourself in a victim mode, maybe make research about it and see if you find yourself in what you read, then maybe there's work you can do about this. I feel like I'm going a lot into that direction, and I don't want to turn around in circles, but know that if it's something that you relate to, if it's not, no, I'm not like that, there is always, I think we can all take a step back and see where we stand, where we actually stand in our life, whether it's about victimization or not. So I think all of you, pile 2, need to take at least this part of the message into account. So on another note, with what we have, there's also something about, when I said, like, you're about to, there's celebration ahead, there's something to be proud of that you're probably not seeing right now, but it does feel like you are a crossroad. You are about to merge into something new, and that's something new, that place where it will probably actually feel uncomfortable at first, because that's normally how change feels. It will probably make you feel uncomfortable, because you're used of kind of like, what you do, what you have to do. I should say, it's actually a better way of putting how it feels. But you might be in a place where it's so new that you don't know what to do anymore. You don't know, maybe it's a new job, maybe it's a new, you change city, you're living in a new city, you don't know nobody, and it feels like weird to go out or try to make new friends. So you might for some of you might try to run away. And for others, I feel like with the captain, there might be some of you try to come back into old habits of, I can do this, I'll make a plan, I'll make it work, and taking control, with the taking command with the captain. And for both of these versions, so either you try to run away, and whether it's responsibilities or feelings, whatever the case is, it seems like both are extremes. It's like try to find the middle between these two things. Don't run away from your problems. Don't try to run away from the new opportunities that are giving to you. They've been giving to you for a reason. But also don't try to control these opportunities, especially if they're related to people. Just try to go with the flow and see where it takes you. You might not feel comfortable being in the middle. You might be out of your comfort zone, but I think it's something that you could very much benefit from. For some of you, there's something about, and that might be specific, I'm not sure about that because it kind of feels specific, but with the cartographer and especially the images, the imagery on it, and even with the captain, I heard like ditch the phone, like leave your cell phone behind. So it feels like social media or just always being on the internet maybe is something that you should stop for a while and just going back to your original roots, whether it's spending time with friends, trying to make new friends, spending time in nature, going for walks, going for little exploration, or I had another word in mind, but basically exploration is, I guess, a synonym for that word, so it's fine. But you know, it feels like you're not helping by being always on the phone or always on the internet, or maybe you're suffocating because it does feel like caged in, but mentally. And while I'm looking at the runaway card, I feel like, you know, open yourself, like open your door to new opportunities, open your door to this next step, this next challenge, this celebration ahead of you that you're currently probably not seeing for most of you, in your case pile 2, because there's definitely something different coming your way. So no, be happy about that. Like celebrate and find little ways in your everyday life to be happy, to celebrate life, to be alive, to be healthy. You know, there's maybe having a is it not grateful? It's like things to be grateful for, a gratitude journal. Yeah, I think some of you might benefit from having a gratitude journal, or just writing what you're grateful for every day or every week. Just writing what makes you happy every week, and to look back on and see how much life has actually offered you that sometimes we miss when things are not going the way that we plan or that we expect. But part 2, this is everything I have for you in regard of your reading. I hope you resonate with this reading, or at least some parts of it. Please let me know in the comment section below, if that is the case. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. This will help my channel grow. Also, feel free to subscribe to never miss any reading I'm uploading. I post a new one every Saturday. I wish you all the best in your journey, part 2, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye. Hello, part 3. Welcome back. If you chose the Blue Tarot or the Solar Heart, then this is your reading. Like I mentioned in today's reading, we're answering the question, what are you meant to hear right now? We have a lot of tarot, a couple of oracles. We're gonna start with the tarot, so I'm just gonna move your crystal. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna show you your first oracle card, and it is Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way, with a full moon in Leo. I hope this can focus. Okay, so this is your card. Maybe you're Leo or you have Leo placement. For the tarot, we have the World, the Seven of Swords, Justice, the Ace of Wands, the Tower, the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. By the way, maybe this is something that you need to hear, but before we jump into your reading with your tarot, when I started this reading, the first day I started to, I tried to start your reading, I kept being interrupted. I tried 4 or 5 times, maybe even more, and every time I sat down and started to record, my dog started to bark, my family started to speak very loud, there's doors opening, there's the neighbor like screaming, there was always something, so I had to stop, and I came back another day, and now we are this other day for you, pile 3. But I'm saying this to you because it did feel like Spirit didn't want me to do this reading at this moment in time, and right now it's fine. So for some of you, if I keep being interrupted as I'm doing your reading, pile 3, there might be some information that someone or somebody or something in your life that don't want you to have this information. But if nothing happened, or if you don't resonate with that, then it's not for you. It's not necessary that there's nothing. Everything is good. But if you do think that there's some information that is hidden from you, or that there's something you're not sure, if you resonate with this, then that's a confirmation. If not, we're just letting it go. But I had to say it, so now we can jump back into your reading. So pile 3, first off, there seems to be a lot of change in your life, or in your soon-to-be life, if I can use this term. We have a lot of cards about something new or change, like the Tower being the biggest one, like huge transformation. The World, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, like new beginnings, a new version. Maybe you've worked a lot on yourself, maybe you're still doing it, and maybe the 2024 will be very important for you, but it does feel like there's a huge wave of change coming your way. But with the don't let pride get in your way, to me it feels like it's something about the way you speak, or about the way you express yourself. For some of you, I feel the need to say that you found your new voice, or that you'll find your voice, something along those lines. It does feel like you maybe at some point in your life you were more shy, or you kind of were a people pleaser, maybe for some of you, or let other, you let other win sometimes. You didn't really assert yourself. But I feel like some of you don't do that anymore, or you're trying not to do this anymore, and you feel that it's unfair when people try to step over you, or try to not let you speak or finish your sentence, or this kind of thing. And it does feel like you've been working on this, and now you can recognize when someone is doing that, and you don't let it happen anymore. But, and I'm sorry because there's a but, because I feel like for some of you, your reaction, you have to be cautious about it, because there might be moments where you can take it too far, but maybe that's too much. Maybe that's not for all of you, because it feels like kind of like a strong way of putting it, like, oh, you're taking this too far. I don't feel like it's as strong as the words implied, but I do feel like the words that you choose, the words that you decide to take to express yourself, especially if it's to assert or create a boundary with someone, matter very much. And if those words, if what you say comes from a place of pride, let's say, since we have don't let pride get in your way, it could backfire. And I feel like some of you, it was the case, or it could be the case. So if it's not already the case, there's still time for you to take a step back and kind of analyze how you function. I feel like you have a new body. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's like one person and I'm tuning in, but it does feel like you're not used to who you are anymore, and you're still kind of adjusting. So maybe sometimes you speak too fast, you think too fast, and the words come out faster than your thoughts or something like that, especially with the Knight of Swords. But it's never in a bad place, but there are people that could took it wrong, like they could take it in a wrong way, probably because they don't know you well. So I hope this was not too specific, because it's something that is actually very strong. I cannot like put it aside. It also showing me something about justice, whether you resonate with what I just said, because what I just talked about was really linked with that's not fair. So I'm gonna stand up for it. I'm gonna stand up for myself. Whether it's about communication or not, I do feel like the sense of standing up for what is fair and what isn't. So by the way, I just was interrupted again. So I guess someone really don't want you to speak for yourself, pile 3, or to know the things you need to know. Maybe that's not all of you, but anyway. So as I was saying, there's something about fairness. There's something about standing up and recognizing what is wrong, what is not, in yourself, but also in the way that people treat you. And that could be new for a lot of you. I do feel that way with your pal. Because I feel like for a lot of you, the Tower is something that happened. You know, that Tower moment when there's like this feeling of, well, everything is crumbling down and everything is falling apart. I feel like a lot of you you're in the aftermath, and you realize that it was actually a blessing in disguise. Kind of like the feeling of you used to be a knight and now you're a king. Because now you're the one sitting on the throne. You're the one sitting up for yourself. And that's why all these changes are here. Because I do feel like this wave of change is not over. It's just the beginning. Like things will continue to move, continue to go and to transform, just as you will. So make sure that you do not block yourself in your own way. I don't know if that's clear, the sentence I just said. I kind of like, I was there but was not as I said it. But like it really is like, don't put like don't be your own enemy, and don't block yourself from new avenues or new pathways. Because I feel like a lot of doors are about to open. And you could be the one who closed some of them if you're not cautious. But let's see. Spirit. What is pile 3 meant to hear right now? What do you want to tell them? I heard like pour water into your own cup with the Ace of Cups. We have the Merchant, self-worth and trade. I'm hearing like trade carefully. And this could be information. I have personal information specifically. You cannot trust just about anybody anymore. You might have been very... I'm hearing the word naive. But it's not in a bad way. A lot of people will kind of have like a bad... It's like naive as a bad rep. I don't think being naive can be all wrong. But that's a personal opinion. But just know that, especially with the 7 of Swords, you cannot trust just about anyone anymore. Even if you used to or not. So be cautious about who you speak to. Especially who you speak to. Especially about your ideas or what you're feeling. Be cautious about that. What else, Spirit? What do you want to tell pile 3? We have... Oh, I hope I'm going to say this right, but I may not. So, sorry in advance. But it's the Brawler, lack of empathy and confrontation. The poet, relationship and a vulnerability. I do feel like there's people in the background here that don't like who you're becoming. That's kind of what happened when we change and when we step into our own true self. The people that do not deserve a place in our life don't like this transformation. And I feel like that's your case. That's what's happening for you, pile 3. The musician, inspiration and gratitude. I heard that you're graceful. The scholar, investigation and research. I feel for you the research you need to do is about the people around you. Let's see. I'm just gonna move them. There's a lot of ends like in the imagery and these images. Maybe you're working with your hands. Maybe some of you, there are scars on your hands. Oh, and I'm hearing there's blood on your hand. So maybe it's about the people in the background. That they look good, but there's blood in their hands in the sense that they're not that good. You know, with the confrontation, what I said, when you use your word carefully, basically, because there's certain words that will have an impact, not the one you wish or expect, but to the receiver, it could feel like an attack. Be aware of that, because just of the word you choose. But also, it could be a way for you to see, I guess, who's a real friend. Like, let's say that when you speak very normally or about something, it's not a confrontation, it's not meant to attack, it's just a normal confrontation, but you keep feeling like the person you're talking to keep being offended or trying to start a fight with you. Like, there is research to be made about this person and the type of relationship you have with this person, type of friendship, etc. This might be a clue about who you should look into and who should stay and who should go. Also, maybe you're a writer with the poet, but also with the musician. I feel you are someone who appears very strong, like very like, especially now that there's a sense that you've changed, you're still changing, but it feels like your soul is very soft and very gentle. You don't want to start a fight, you don't want to be in a fight, but there might be people pushing you into these situations. Yeah, words are significant for you, pile 3, but also for the people around you. So strongly, again, I'm repeating myself and I'm sorry, but there's strongly something about being aware of what you say and to who you say it. If you're writing, this could be beneficial for you, especially if you're manifesting something. If you're creative and you haven't touched your work in a while, let's say you're a writer or you write song, whatever your case is, it might be time for you to go back to this, or to try to go back to this. I feel like it's gonna light up a flame. Yeah, that's actually the best example. I feel like if you go back to this part of yourself, it's gonna light up a flame. Maybe you lost it for a while, but it's still there, it's not dead. You're a forever student. That's what I'm hearing with the scholar. Maybe you're the type of person who you want to master something, but you keep like being distracted by a new thing that you want to learn. There's nothing wrong about that. That might be a confirmation that it's your pal. It's funny because I'm like that. I don't want to self-insert into your reading, pile 3, but just so you know that I understand if you're like that. But I feel like they're kind of saying, but that's okay. Because like I mentioned, what I heard is basically is you're a full-time student with life. You're always learning, and you will always learn something, whether it's your hobbies or in a job or about people. And you should accept that. If you feel bad about that, don't. Honestly, don't. And again, be cautious about what you're trading with yourself. Like, don't be less to make somebody else feel comfortable. That's what I'm getting. Because it's really time to step up for yourself and to be yourself and to embrace who you are. And the people that need to be here will be here, and the people that need to leave will leave. So don't change for the wrong people, only change for yourself. For pile 3, this is pretty much all I have for you in regard of your reading. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you resonate with it, at least in some part of it. If you did, please let me know in the comment section below. Feel free to subscribe to never miss any reading I'm uploading. I post a new one every Saturday. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. This really helps my channel grow. I wish you all the best on your beautiful journey, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, powerful. Welcome back. If you chose the Pink Tarot or the Sunstone, then this is your reading. Like I mentioned in today's reading, we're answering the question, what are you meant to hear right now? Before I jump into your reading, I do want to say that because maybe some of you will be relevant, but maybe it won't. But just so you know, before I started your reading, even before I started any of the other piles, I was trying to make the intro and I kept being interrupted to the point where I just stopped and I came back another day, and now I'm doing your reading. So to me, it does feel like there are things that need to be said that some people or something don't want you to hear. So if I'm still interrupted now, that's clearly what's happening. If you feel like you resonate with this and you feel like someone is hiding something, or you feel like there's something you need to know and yet you're not receiving the message, then that's for you, that's the case. If not, we're just letting it go. It's not for you, it's not happening, and it's okay. But I needed to say it. So now that it's done, I'm gonna start by showing you the oracles you have. We have a couple of tarot, and we also have more oracles towards the end. But first, let's see with the moonology. I think it's moonology. I hope I'm saying this right. But yeah, we have the energy is getting momentum with a waxing moon. Beautiful purple shade. And confidence is your key to success with the new moon in Leo. You might be a Leo or have Leo in your chart. You do not have to. So, for your tarot, we have the Six of Cups, the Star, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Swords. You have a lot of cards. The Four of Cups, the Ten of Swords, the Magician. I'm gonna move your crystal. The King of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. Okay. So I just moved the camera. Hopefully you can see all the cards. I know that with the lights sometimes it's not like really clear, but that's the best I can do for now. But to start, I do feel like you're kind of like, and I just heard out of a slump. I don't even know if that's like an actual term, like the right term. But I feel like you're getting out of a situation that was not quite pleasant. And a lot of movement is involved around you at the moment, whether you're actually feeling this or you're currently not. Yeah, it feels like you're the key factor of this change. And that's probably why like you have confidence is your key to success. And you even have the star and the magician. You have everything you need to create that success. You have everything you need to get out of this bad situation now. And I feel like this reading is kind of like it's kind of like you guys are like, wake up, powerful. Because there's this feeling that some of you're not realizing this. You're still like feeling like the 10 of swords, like you're very tired, you're exhausted, it's heavy, you're very much in your mind, you feel like there's no way out, it's foggy, it's not clear what you're going, where you're going, what you're doing. It feels like some of you are still in that phase, but your guys are saying like, no, you don't have to stay in that phase. It's time to get up, it's time to move. You've been in that phase long enough, now go. The wheel is turning, it's still turning in your favor. It's time to basically jump on the train, you know, don't miss this opportunity. It feels like for you this starts like you need to start searching for something, like searching for a new avenue. It feels like an important decision is coming that will imply a lot of choices, especially with the 7 of Cups. But it also feels like, but they're giving you an idea of what those choices are, or they will. It's like one after the other, you'll have to try them and see how it feels, so that when the time comes, you can choose knowing each of the options that you have. So maybe some of you, it's about a job, maybe it's about a hobby, maybe it's about people. It could be a lot of things for a lot of people, so take it as it resonates for yourself. But it does feel like they want you to try certain options. And be open-minded. Don't stick to what you already know. It's time to get out of your comfort zone. Don't be greedy. You might end up with a lot more than you think in the process. So don't hesitate to share. That's what I'm hearing, especially with this one. It doesn't have to be about money, although we do have a couple of pentacles, so for some of you it could be the case. But for a lot of you, I feel like it's about your time, it's about your presence. Like right now, you might not feel very social, but I feel like later on in a couple of weeks or towards springs, for some of you, this will change, or you have a lot of opportunities to go out or to see people, to basically to experience change. So they're saying like, yes, please do that, you know, like don't stay in, don't keep your energy to yourself. We're giving you these opportunities for you to share. It's kind of like sharing yourself with others, and it's weird when I say it, but it's like there's something that you can give to others by being yourself, and the don't be greedy mainly comes from that. Yeah, you know, we have Leo, we have the Sunstone. It's time to shine. Soon your time to shine will come, so don't hide in the shadows. Be that King of Pentacles. Be sure of yourself. You have, like I mentioned with the magician and the star, you have everything you need. You are you are the person. You know, this sentence they say on the social media, sorry, especially on TikTok, is you're that girl. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Like, you will be that girl, whether you're a girl, a boy, whatever it is that you present yourself or want the world to see you. Take it as it resonates. But the expression is that, so I'm using that, okay? But the point is simple. Just jump in and don't hide. It's your time to shine. Let's see. I feel like they're pretty straightforward with you, Powerful. But let's see, Spirit. What is Powerful meant to hear right now? What do you want to tell Powerful? Oh, the storyteller, viewpoints and control. I do feel like there's something you need to say. There's something about you that needs to be shared in the world, and that's just confirming to me. That's just confirming it for me. Sorry. Yeah, don't shy away from your light again. Like, don't let others have that control over you anymore, because I feel like some of you used to do that. Maybe you still do, but at some point your opportunity to stop will come. And you were created probably for a lot of you, actually. So don't be a puppet. So, Spirit, what else do you want to tell Powerful? Ooh, okay. We have the fate, accepting help and guidance. Don't be a puppet. And we have the puppeteer, explanation and apologies. I think a lot of you, there's people who should apologize to you. Maybe somewhere along the line, a lot of people will come running to apologize to you. But as of right now, you deserve apology. At least one. Is there something else you want to tell Powerful, Spirit? I keep hearing it's your time to shine, but kind of like in a song. Ooh, okay. Thank you. We have the Smith, overtaking and taking action. Yeah, I think a lot of you, when the time to make a big change will come, you'll probably be scared and you'll be like, what if I'm wrong? What if it's not the right thing? And you overthink everything. Don't. It's easy to say don't. I get it. The Setter, new influences and wanderlust. Yeah, definitely like a lot of things coming your way, a lot of change, a lot of movement, a lot of choices will come, will take you far away, new places. The Guide, inheritance and correction. Accepting help and the Guide for some reason feel similar to me right now. Maybe you receive help, but I feel like there's something about you that will put you in a place where you're probably the guide or the one offering help, if that makes sense. But definitely at some point there will be a time where you have to make a decision. But in the meantime, with the storyteller and the puppeteer, I do still feel like there is this vibe of you'll be able to try on a new role and see how do you feel about it. Kind of like trying on a new personality. And maybe some of you, especially if you're traveling, you know that sometimes some people say that when you travel, they can be anyone they want. So maybe you're traveling, maybe you're going to a new city, maybe you're going on a vacation, maybe you don't, but you're just trying new things with yourself, about yourself, and see how you feel about it and probably how the world reacts. But make sure that at the end of the day, you're not changing yourself for who the world wants you to be, and wonder for who you want to be. Be aware of people trying to manipulate you, especially with the puppeteer. But we have a lot of ends trying to manipulate things here. So for those of you, for a lot of you, sorry, could be aware of others doing that. But I feel like there's some of you, you could be in a place where you have this power over someone, that you could be in a situation where you could manipulate them if you wanted. Just be aware of that. It might not be nice to hear, but I still have to say it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it that much. And by that much, I mean I'm gonna say it, but there's a way to saying it, and that's the best way I can without being too rude. But yeah, for a lot of you, it's small, and be aware of people trying to take advantage of you. So they might try to be your friend and try to make you talk and make you feel comfortable, but just try to stay open and see what's up, you know, because maybe their intention is not the purest, especially if you're starting things and starting something new where you're succeeding at something, where especially if there's fame involved, if there's success or money involved for some of you, just be aware of the people that you meet then, because not all of them would be pure of heart and pure of intention. And try to remember your root. Try to remember at your core who you are, as a lot of change happens, especially if you start to have a lot of money, you know, a lot of success. Remember who you are, who you want to be, because sometimes those things get into our head and we change, and it's not always for the better. But dive in, powerful. Don't be afraid. And I feel like it's like a quest for who you are, but it feels nice. It feels like you're going to be happy, because I keep wanting to smile and laugh, and I feel like that's the energy you're gonna be in. So jump in, dive in. But powerful, this is everything I have for you in regard of your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you resonate with it, at least some parts of it. Please let me know in the comment section below if that is your case. Also, don't forget to subscribe to never miss any reading I'm uploading. I post a new one every Saturday. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. This helps my channel grow. And with that being said, I wish you all the best, powerful. I hope to see you next time. I hope you have a great time. Merry Christmas if you're seeing this around Christmas. And Happy New Year. Take care again, and bye-bye.